Welcome back to another death battle prediction video. And this video we're going to be talking about the next episode of Death Battle, that being Bakugo from My Hero Academia versus Reze from Chainsaw Man. And unlike the last two, I actually do know a lot, and I have actually watched both of the shows that I'm going to talk about. I'm still watching My Hero Academia, and I just finished off with the Reze movie, which actually was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So I know a pretty good amount of characters, so it's probably gonna be a bit longer. But first I'm gonna talk about the matchup and then who I think is actually gonna win. For Bakugo vs Reze, I know there's some people that don't really like this one. In my opinion, I don't really have a preferred for either one. I know Bakugo has like a lot of matchups you can choose from. That he has like a lot of matchups that you can choose from, which have been suggested over the years. But like, I don't know. I feel like Reze, I don't really like think it was his best opponent for Reze. But to be fair, I was preferring Bakugo versus Rexplode, since I did prefer that one more. But this, I already kind of knew that was probably not gonna happen. So yeah. Alright, so R.I.P. Bakugo versus Rexplode. That's not gonna happen next now. But I think Bakugo vs Reze is alright. For Bakugo's character, I think Bakugo's a pretty good character. I know Bakugo was in Champion's Island, so it makes me think now that like other characters on Champion Island are probably gonna be in this season. So yeah, that's how I'm still thinking that Mr. Fantastic versus Mr. Turf is still gonna happen. Not next episode, but I'm still thinking it's gonna happen this season. I think Bakugo was a pretty good character to pick from My Hero Academia. If I had to pick like another character from My Hero Academia, because they already did Deku twice, and they did Shigaraki and Todoroki. Yeah, I guess Bakugo was probably the next one that we're probably gonna do. And yeah, like I've already talked about it, I prefer Bakugo vs Rexplode, but you know, for Reze, I don't really know much of Reze's matchups. I haven't really checked them much. So like, probably my preferred was probably Bakugo. Like I didn't really know either one of them. So I guess like I'm not that upset at this matchup happening, but yeah, it's alright. This matchup is like alright at best. Anyway, I think if I had to pick who was going to win, I'll probably say what majority of people have been saying, which is Bakugo. So I do think Bakugo is probably going to win this one. To be fair, I'm not really that big of a scaling guy. Like I don't sit down and look at the characters to scale them. But I'm probably gonna talk about the animation. The animation from the clip we saw was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. So I do think it's gonna be a pretty good, well animated episode for Death Battle, for this episode of Death Battle. So yeah. And then I guess that's all I'm gonna talk about the matchup. Yeah. I think Bakugo's gonna win. And I think it's probably gonna be a solid 8 out of 10 episode of that battle. But I'm not really sure. So I guess we should have to wait until the episode comes out. And then now I have my other prediction. What is going to be the next episode of Death Battle? That being, I don't really know. I feel like my gut says they're gonna do either Groove versus Megamind or Ink versus Traveler. But to be fair, something inside me saying that they might do an Invincible matchup because the new season just came out. And I have a feeling it might be an Invincible matchup. But at the same time, it's either going to be one of the two we already know, that being Groove vs Megamind and Aang vs Traveler, or an invincible matchup. If I had to pick an invincible matchup, probably Invincible. Because I feel like I'm gonna do Invincible next. Invincible versus not Gohan. I said probably. I said in my prediction video they're gonna do Invincible versus Gohan, but I'm not sure about that. I feel like Invincible is gonna be in the season, but I don't think. I'm not sure who's gonna fight. I'm just saying Invincible versus Steven Universe. That's my preferred, but I don't really think that's gonna happen. I don't think I think either an Invincible versus Steven Universe or Aang versus Traveler or Groove versus Megamind. And if it's neither one of those three, then I'll be really disappointed. But yeah, overall, Bakugo Vs Reze, I'm pretty excited for this one. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. I think Bakugo Vs Reze is gonna be a pretty good matchup, and the slander is gonna come back for Bakugo. So make sure to go on Twitter to see how Bakugo is gonna get slandered. So yeah, overall, decent alright matchup. I don't really have much to say, and I'll see you next time when the episode comes out. And I'll make a review for it with Cell vs Metasonic, because I forgot to review that one last week. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I think Bakugo's gonna win, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.